Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
Today we are going to talk about security. Let's talk about Service Center Representative. These are customers' specific security group, which is called Service Center Representative. What exactly the security group will do? If you would like to give access to any person or any people outside of the Workday environment, example a DP. A DP is a third part of payroll process. A vendor, if they would like to, whenever they run the payroll, let's say the employee pages are not accurate, they would like to log into Workday and they have to review whether all the employee information, compensation data, whatever the processing, is available or not. To make it simple, any vendor and you would like to allow them to access a Workday application with minimal information view, limited information view, you may require to create a service center representative. This is not for the security groups. Internal, which means payroll admin, payroll partner we can assign to employees within Workday. For vendors, we can give the service center representative. And we should be very strictly. Whenever you're giving access, you have to hide certain sensitive information. We have to first identify what are all the details. What are all the details whether the service and the representative is authorized to access. Based on that, we have to grant access. Let's see. First thing, the how to create the service and the service center. Representative group. First step, create service center represents. Create service center. Create service center representative. Create security and then grouping grant access required domains. Here are the steps we're gonna follow in order to create the service center representative. And finally, let's see how to create this. I'm going to proxy to Logan Mingdash because she has a super user access. Step 1, I create service center. Name it ADP payroll officer. And whatever the ADP payroll process, they will provide a point of contact, phone number, address, email ID you can capture if applicable. Task is done. First point. Second step, create service center representative where we'll grant the access. Call the service center. Here we created one. Also the service center here. First name ADP, payroll and any contact information. Again email ID, etc. Normally, if you are processing a payroll with ADP systems, there will be a main other for your payroll to take care. Any escalations or any adjustments, point of contact. He's gonna be the access point of contact. We can capture the mailer details. Next step, create security group. This option scroll down. Service center security constraint unconstrained. Unconstrained means it will be inherited. Constraint means it won't inherit. Let's call it as the security custom security group, a DP payroll. Call the service center the one we created. Grouping we are doing unconstrained. The first 3 steps we did simple steps. And then we are in this clear security group. We assign a service center. We assign a service center. Service center. Now grant access. Now my security group is ready with blank data, blank access, nothing can access. Now here, we had asked a question to the customer, hey, what data you would like to allow this ADP vendor to view the details? Now let's see. Hello view only compensation data. Hello view only benefits data. View only dependent data. What date? Parcel information if applicable because it's sensitive information. There is also payroll data as well. Now these are all called domains. Now let's see how they give access. Access the task. There are 2 ways to do that. Maintain security permissions for security group. Maintain, we are not copying from existing. All the security groups, which is nothing but ADP, the one we created. This one. Had a button. Composition data. I'm gonna allow only view. Modify, I'm not selecting. Modify means not only view, they can also change. But how we will give access to a vendor to change? Not correct. View. Domain security policy. Scarf current compensation. Happened on the website, it's changes benefits, then benefits, data elections, master benefit, data information. Now, a particular few domains we grant access to this security. What exactly happens here is this security group, whenever they log into Workday, the ADP payroll went down. They can access employee-related only limited information, benefits pass information or credit, payroll compensation changes, etc. This information might be the required because to troubleshoot if anything goes wrong in the DP application, whether they want to look into the application, whether all the things are correct or not. And here I always select view only. Because we are giving access to the vendor, we are not supposed to give full access, like modify changes and not only view access. Get only put only for integration. Get the data from where? Bring the data into Workday. Put the data means send the data from worker to the third-party vendor. These are not applicable for us. And similarly, normally the vendors. We never allow them to access any business process related transactions. But never and never. By any chance, if you're creating any customer service center representative would like to give access, please enable business processing vendors. We are not supposed to give access to the business policy initiation, just we are allowing them to view certain objects of the employee, then select. Now go to the done. Since you are assigned certain security groups, access the task to activate the security groups. Access the task activator pending security policy changes. Remember, if you perform any security related changes, domain or business for security policies, make sure you must run this report. If you're not run this report, the changes, whatever you performed, is not going to be affected. I'm repeating again. What are the changes you have performed? A new security group. I have signed some certain access in order to bring the view access is effective into the system. We must run this report. It's a kind of a confirmation. Hey, you created a security group. Would you like to make the security group access? A kind of review. The third day check. Then the next step, last to confirm. Now, oh see, someone are changing their data. These are also coming to the effective now. Now all your changes are active. Now all the words, if it are new, the brand new simply will be if it is active in the system. Now the next step is what are the tasks view. We sent a rep. How you will access the system. We have to grant access segregated actions. Service Center Representative, security profile. What happening? If the profile create Workday account. You will give some username. As I said, we have 10 limitations. I'll still let me show them. We Now we get to the action security profile. Great work. And here they provide username and password. Username and password. You will provide, save the record and give the username and password to the ADP that they will access this web application with those credentials whenever they want. You can ask the task called Domain Security Policies for functional area. Each module is nothing but a domain. Which module is nothing but a domain? For example, payroll core or core payroll. Now here we can scroll, expand the section. These are all payroll related domains. Whenever say folder, which means there are certain tasks available under that. This is for domains. These domains will grant access to access certain tasks. Certain tasks also to allow you to access certain fields. View. For example, I want to access the task payroll settlement run. I must have access here. What I do? I'll go to the domain security policy here. The action. The main security policy. Edit permission. Scroll. Here, either you can add one more new row or go with existing row. If you select view, which means only these people can access only. A task, sorry. Only they can view the task. They can't access it. But when you start to view and modify, which means both, you can view the task. You can also modify the task, which means you can run the task. The same thing applicable for all the domains, not only for one. All the domains have same concept, a community, the task you're saying. Let me show them certain tasks we can access through domain security policy. Certain tasks. We have to do permissions through a different security. Let me show them what I'm trying to say. Few tasks are domains now. Few tasks are domains. For example, accumulation. Let me go with this. Now see here. Garnishments we created. Pavement election rules we have created. Fail input we created. Correct. These are all nothing but setup related. These are also tasks. But there are certain tasks you cannot give access. We cannot give access through this domain. For that we have separate tasks. That is security. Security for a secure item. If you're not seeing any task under domains, the one and only option is here. For example, I want to access create pair combinations. I'm not able to see that task. Correct? Now see here. These are the people who have access currently to create pair accumulation. I'm going to edit this action. Sorry, no access. Wait, just a second. Can go. Now here you can grant access. Who can view? Who can modify? Like same domain only, but certain groups you have to grant through this. Normally, most of the setup related tasks, we have domain security policy, the one before access, but there are certain tasks we don't. We have to give access through this security for security item. Let me do one thing. Domain security policies. Here, what happened is in the domain security policies. Fields worker data view task. We can grant access. Security for security means this is equal to we can give access only for tasks. One challenge in Workday is a Greek confusing things. There's no standard format. It's like if you hit A, if you didn't get the result to go on, hit B, something like that. There is no particular standard things. We implemented benefits for USA and Canada initially as part of phase 1 in USA, Canada and UK. US core HR all 30 countries implemented. Benefits USA, Canada and UK we implemented. Now employees from India, they're also able to see these benefits tab. And they will select benefits. They will see null here, nothing that is expected because we are not implemented in India. Correct. We are not implemented in India. Hence they can't see any data. But the employee from US, UK or Canada, if they select, they can see the benefits. Now the requirement from customer is most of the employees in India asking, assuming they have the benefits and assuming that no benefits has been assigned. They are escalating. Can we hide the benefits tab completely for employees in India and allow only US, Canada, UK employees to view? Now we have to hide this tab for India. You have to allow the other people to access this task. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.